Our beliefs are like nature. They are constantly changing, just like the seasons or the leaves falling from trees. Our beliefs should always be observed, and we should be open-minded about them, just like the weather is in Saskatchewan, because it can change at any moment. ECS 210 encouraged me to think about my beliefs and how important it is to challenge them. At the beginning of this course, I believed that curriculum was just a set of rules that we as teachers had to follow. I had a like-hate relationship with it. I liked them because they gave me guidelines on what I was supposed to teach. But I also disliked them because they were specific and limited me in my future classroom. Before this class, I didn't even know that it was possible to change the curriculum. Throughout this class, I have learned many things, and I've grown from many ideas. As I was looking at my first blog post, I immediately noticed a couple of things that reflected my views at the beginning of this class and how they have changed. In my first blog posting, Common Sense, I explained that if a person were to rejoin it from another country, they would probably have some idea about the general school procedure here. Some ideas maybe that school occurs from Monday to Friday, early morning to mid-afternoon. After I read that, after completing this semester, I honestly couldn't believe that I'd written it. I had a set view of what school was like, because that was what it was like when I was going through school. Another example of this was when I was writing my Framing the Family Tree, How Stories Shape Our Lives Part 2. I explained, on one of the days that I was in a grade 1 classroom, the students were making Father's Day booklets to present to someone in their lives. The teacher that I was with demonstrated sensitivity, and she had thought about every student's situation, and changed the front of the booklets to say things like, to my grandfather, to my stepdad, to Steve, or even to my mother. Katya commented on my post asking, where were the moments of comfort for you, and what can you learn about yourself by examining them? I realized that I had felt discomfort about certain things during this semester, which I hadn't allowed myself to feel, because I was focused on saying what others wanted me to say. I was so used to saying what the professors wanted me to say. That's the challenge that I encouraged myself to overcome for the rest of the semester. I felt uncomfortable at points in ECS 210. I remember talking about our autobiographies in seminar, and I remember thinking, I grew up with a completely different viewpoint. I was always taught that it was the inside that mattered, not the outside. Perhaps this is because my mother was a teacher. Now that I look back on it, this was a naive way of thinking. Yes, I believe that the personality is important, but ECS challenged me to think about how our backgrounds are important to us too. I love Claire's lecture about treaty education. Although treaty education is something that has been talked about a lot in my classes, Claire was the first one who I had heard that was really passionate about it. That was inspiring. I also enjoyed hearing about the use of technology to convey her material. Through their group projects, we were able to see the students collaborating while completing hands-on learning, and seeing their excitement when they completed the project. Those students learning about treaty education, because that is probably the subject that I'm most nervous about, just because I don't know a lot about it. ECS 210 challenged my belief of curriculum and the idea of hidden curriculum. Now, after this class, I've discovered that curriculum isn't just a set of rules. It can be lived experiences, can always change, and a chance to see strengths as a teacher. As a future teacher, I am very excited to continue learning about my profession, and my continuing goal is to be a lifelong learner.